Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Dragon Warrior 4 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Last episode, Cosmo used the balloon that he got from the craftsman in Riverton to sail to the island in the center of the world. And in that island he discovered a town, Gottsville. And that is the town closest to Zenethian Castle, because also on that island was the Zenethian Tower. He tried to climb the Zenethian Tower, but he was turned away at the entrance. It said that if you don't have the entire Zenethian set of equipment, the armor, shield, helmet, and sword, you're not allowed to enter the tower. So Cosmo's going to go back exploring the world trying to find that Zenethian sword. But first, we're going to head to Rosaville here, because we learned that the humans abducted Rosa. We learned that right after we defeated Esther, the ruler of evil. So let's head back to Rosaville here and see if anyone has anything new to say. That kid said that the humans who are in the village took Rosa. And the only other person who has something new to say is this slime who was hanging out with Rosa in the tower. And he's going to let us know exactly where the humans took her. So we go up into his room, talk with him, and he knows that Rosa is gone now. And the slime tells us that Rosa was captured. They took her toward Izmit. So we're going to warp to Izmit, and if we stay at the inn again, we can get another dream. This dream will show us what happened to Rosa. So let's just do it like we did last time. We just go spend a night at the inn, and we'll get that optional cutscene. Elena has fallen into a deep sleep, seems to have begun dreaming. There's the humans with Rosa. Cry, shed ruby teardrops. Cry harder, harder. Of course, those teardrops just instantly evaporate, so it doesn't. What they're doing ain't gonna help them at all. Actually, it's going to hurt them because Necrosaro just, defeated them, and it's gonna make Necrosaro just kind of go crazy. Please listen to my last words. Please give up your obsession and come with me, Rosa. Those humans, I will let them suffer for this. I promise. So Necrosaro we learned in Gottside, I said Gottsville earlier, it's Gottside. He's now vowing to become the new ruler of evil and make humanity suffer for what they did to Rosa. So we have to stop him, but we learned that the way to the world of evil, it's on the same island as Gottside, but it's surrounded by mountains, so the only way we can get to that one is if we get to the Zenethian Castle and then drop down from Zenethian Castle. So yeah, we can't use our balloon on that island. We can use our balloon to get to that place where the X was on the treasure map. Hopefully we can find the Zenethian Sword there, and then that'll allow us to get into the Zenethian Castle, or the Zenethian Tower to get to the castle. So this is Elfville. I guess this is where Rosa is initially from. So there's some new armor that we're going to buy here. We've got monsters and elves working together. The giant tree in this village is the Wool Tree. Monsters began living in the Wool Tree. This Wool Tree has many leaves. You'll find the leaves very useful. Yeah, well, I'll talk about when we get to the dungeon, but you can get you can get a leaf of the Wool Tree from this tree. Basically on any tile that's a leaf. But you can only get one, so... What could that be? I hear voices up in the treetop. I think I hear someone calling for help. They're saying to come in groups of 3. So that's your clue. You should only take 3 party members, but I'm going to take 4, just to show different dialogue. So, we're going to grab some flying watercloth armor for Bray and for Mara. Mara has the metal babble armor. That reduces fire and fire damage, so it's pretty good. So here we go. We'll just equip it to Bray and sell his Cloak of Evasion. I don't think that's going to give us enough money though to buy a second one for Mara. Nope. But that's okay, because we're going to take this party 4 up into the tree, and we'll get some bunch of money there and some experience, and then we'll make a off-screen going up the tree with a group of 3. So So I'll just put some different people in there who need some experience, because once again we can't take the wagon in here. Talon is actually pretty good in this thing, because I take him up here because he can actually he one of his antics is to steal a treasure chest, and he actually ends up stealing 2 pretty good treasure chests from me on his trip up here. He steals a dragon shield from a green dragon, and he steals some life force nuts, I believe, from one of the eagle horns. So we get some good things. The life force nuts will give Nara plus 6 hit points, and the dragon shield we can sell to help fund the new equipment that we need to buy. We want to buy 2 shields of strength, one for Christo, one for Talon, and then we want to buy another one of those flying water cloth for Mara. So it reduces fire and breath damage, so. I know it reduces another thing of damage too, so. Not too many new enemies in here, because we ran into most of them on Gotside Island. But the 2 that we didn't run into were, that are only in this tree here are the green dragons. Not as bad as the green dragons in Dragon Warrior 2. They appeared in groups of 4 and had high ambush rate, and yeah, could wipe your whole party out by breathing fire on them. So, as you saw earlier, anytime you step on a leaf, if you search there, you'll find a leaf of the world tree. So, then of course you only have one of them, and that of course revives a character 100% of the time. So, if you use it, just come back here, you can grab another one again. You can also get the world dew with a world tree. It's kind of like a full heal on everybody. But that we have to find in a treasure chest. So, you know, reorder my guys here. Put Talon on. Even though Christo has, I think, a little bit better defense than Talon, Talon has much higher hit points. So, let's check it out here real quick. Condition, attack, defensive power. Yeah, Christo has 9 more defensive power, but that's what we call it. Talon has so many more hit points, so move the weaker characters or mage characters toward the back. You just gotta be really careful here, because if you fall off the edge, you have to restart again. You basically just end outside on the world map. And you don't want to waste all this time going up here and then having to fall back. We'll fall down eventually, so when we get to the top. But just keep wandering around here. Search, and we get the Dew of the World Tree. We'll save that for the end game, for the final boss. One of those items that you always are like mega elixirs that you just save until the very end, because they're so good. No use using them in random encounters. So. Going around the outskirts here. It's pretty neat. It's neat to have a dungeon that's kind of on the outside. You know, usually when I think of dungeons, you think, you know, going into caves, going under the ground and stuff. So it's really neat to have one where you're out in the open here. And it's it's a very colorful dungeon. I mean, it's not colorful in the sense that, you know, there's a lot of different colors. It's just brown and greens, but it beats the, you know, the earthy colors of you know, the dungeons, the grays and the browns. So, got some strong leaves here to hold our party. Especially all our characters that are wearing, like, well, most of our characters are wearing heavy armor, except for Mara. Christo and Talon, Metal Babylon. Actually, Ragnar has that too, so. But we're almost near the top. And when we get to the top, we're going to meet a Zenethian. And she was the one who's calling for help. So we go talk with her. There she is. Just once again, be careful. We don't want to fall off. We made this trip so far high up that we don't want to fall off right at the end here. Please help me. I'm Lucia. I came here to collect the leaves of the World Tree, but was attacked by monsters. They broke my wings. Would you take me back to Zenethian Castle? No. You must think it's dangerous to go to Zenethian Castle. We're not allowed to go there. We tried. They kicked us out. Well, let's say we'll tell her we will take her. Oh, you will? Your group is full now. I'll wait until you come back with fewer companions. So yeah, you need to have 3 companions or less to have her join your party. She's basically a mage. She has the defense spell to lower enemy's defense, the heal spell, and I think the sleep spell. So she doesn't have a lot of spells, but the ones she has are pretty useful. You can keep her for the end game, or when you return her to Zenethian Castle, if you have her in your party when you get to Zenethian Castle, she'll leave your party, and she'll give you a replacement. She'll give you this dragon that replaces her. And the dragon basically like breathes different types of breaths on enemies, like the ice breath, the fire breath. We'll end up grabbing that dragon just to get everybody and show them all off. But I think she might actually be a little bit better than the dragon because she has the healing spells. So the dragon just basically just attacks, and we already have enough pretty powerful attackers with Ragnar, Cosmo, Alina. That having someone else who can just attack. Now the magic, the breath spells are kind of like a magic, so not really all that useful, but we'll take it anyway just to have everybody in the party. So just off screen going back up the tree again. Now I have a party of 3, and Lucy will have some different dialogue. She actually said the same thing, but now when we say that we'll take her to Zenethia, she will actually accept it, because she'll be like, hey, I'll join the party, so. Oh, you will? To enter Zenethia Tower, you must be equipped with all of the Zenethian weapons and armor. I feel it. The Zenethian Sword is hidden somewhere in this tree. Shall we leave? And she joins our party. Like I said, she can be either permanent or temporary, depending on if you take her back with you into Zenethia Castle. She has to be actually in your party, like one of the 4 members present in Zenethian Castle for her to leave, though. So here's the Zenethian Sword. If we search here, she was right. It was nearby. So this is kind of like the the Mazmune in Chrono Trigger, where it's made out to be like a really, really big deal. But like right now, it's not at its full power. Like the Mazmune in that game, you end up getting swords that are stronger than it. But you're like, wait a minute, this is supposed to be like the ultimate weapon for a frog, the Frog Knight, but it has to go through like an evolution. So the Zenethian Sword still is pretty good though, even at its base here right now, and we'll see it. But it is weaker than the sword that Cosmo currently has equipped, which is the Ice Blade Sword. But we're still going to give him the Zenethian Sword because we want him to be able to get into the Zenethian Tower. And then we'll pass that Ice Blade down to Mara so that she has Blizzard spells to use. She already has all those fire spells. So if we look at, I have Talon do the appraisal of the Zenethian Sword. He looks at it, he's like, so this is the Zenethian Sword, I was expecting something more spectacular. So yeah, it's not at its full potential yet. It will be more spectacular later, but for now, we're gonna have to just, we'll just use it as it is, so. And we'll see when we equip it on Cosmo here, it actually lowers his attack power from 213 down to 203. But we will get it upgraded a little bit later when we get to Zenethian Castle. So, might as well just give it to him now, because we're going to have to have it anyway to get to the tower. And that allows us to give Mara the Ice Blade. She can use that as an item. And with our trips up to the second time up the tower, we end up getting enough gold so we can buy, we end up buying Mara that flying water cloth. And we're very close to getting just enough gold to buy the Shield of Strength, so we're going to have to come back here later to buy 2 Shields of Strength, because unfortunately selling the 2 Iron Shields, the one that Christo and Talon have, won't be enough to buy one of those Shields of Strength, so. But we'll make more than enough money when we climb the Zenethian Tower. Zenethian Tower is a really long dungeon, a lot of new enemies in there, so it'll be a pretty long trek there. But luckily all these places become warp return points, so we don't have to like climb through towers again or do all this stuff. We just, use the warp spells to get around. I'm going to do some farming to also get some of this money, not mainly the farm, to get the best enemy in the game for experience. The Metal Babel King, the King Metal, and he gives a ton of experience They're available around where Godside is, and they're also available in the final dungeon. But I want to like be able to beat one, and then I can show off its stats. So I'll probably do that in the next episode. I'll probably just start off with going to Godstown, doing an off-screening until we get that thing, so I can show that enemy off, and then we'll head up the Zenethian Tower. Now that we finally got the Zenethian Sword, so I'll drop some stuff off here in the vault because a lot of treasure in the Zenethian Tower. Finally get some more small medals there too, so we can finally get the last Hat of Happiness from Nara. And then most of our characters will be fully equipped for the final dungeon in the game, which is good because it's right around the corner. So hopefully you stick around for that. Take care. I appreciate all the views and all the support you've given me so far. So take care, have a good one, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.